Hello everyone, this is 15th lecture on subject Income Tax 2 for BCom 6th semester students, and in today's class we are going to learn some important sections of exemptions of capital gain. In previous class we have learned exemption under section 54, exemption under section 54 EC and also exemption under section 54F. We also have solved some 15 mark sums on these sections. In today's class, we are going to see some other important sections relating to capital gain. So the first section that we are going to learn in today's class is section 54B. This section is related to transfer of agricultural land. That means if an assessee wants to transfer a old agricultural land and in return he earns the capital gain and he wants to purchase a new agricultural land, in that case an assessee can claim exemption under section 54B. So section 54B is exemption on capital gain, that is on transfer of agricultural land and purchase of new agricultural land. And the conditions to claim exemption under this section are: first is individual and HUF can claim exemption. That means a partnership firm, association of persons or a company cannot claim exemption under this section. Only an individual or Hindu undivided family can claim exemption under section 54B. Next is transfer should be long-term agricultural land situated in urban area only. An assessee can claim exemption only when if he transfers a long-term agricultural land. We know how to find out whether a land is long-term or short-term. The cut-off holding period for land and building is 24 months. So if the assessee is holding the land and building for more than 24 months, then it is a long-term land. If he is holding the agricultural land for less than 24 months, then it is a short-term agricultural land. And the condition says that the transfer should be a long-term agricultural land which has to be situated in urban area only. Next, it should have been used for agricultural purpose by assessee or by his parents or by Hindu undivided family for the cut-off holding period, that is for minimum 2 years. Next, the assessee must purchase a new agricultural land within 2 years from the date of transfer. Now what happens is, when the assessee sells his old agricultural land which is situated in urban area and then he earns the capital gain on the same, he can claim exemption only when if he invests the capital gain amount in purchase of new agricultural land within 2 years from the date of transfer. Next is, the new land should not be transferred from 3 years from purchase. Whatever new agricultural land an assessee is buying, he cannot sell or transfer that land minimum for 3 years from the date of purchase. If he sells that agricultural land before 3 years, then he cannot claim exemption under section 54B. And the last condition is, the amount of exemption is the cost of new agricultural land or amount of capital gain, whichever is lower. For example, an assessee transfers old agricultural land which is situated in urban area and he gains a capital gain amounting to rupees 50 lakhs. Now the capital gain of the assessee is 50 lakh rupees. Now he wants to claim exemption under section 54B and he purchases a new agricultural land in some other urban area. and the cost of new agricultural land is 80 lakh rupees. Now the capital gain is 50 lakhs and the cost of new agricultural land is 80 lakh rupees. So the assessee can claim exemption only up to 50 lakh rupees because the condition for the exemption is the cost of new agricultural land or the amount of capital gain, whichever is lower. The second example is the capital gain amount is 50 lakh rupees only, but the cost of new agricultural land is 40 lakhs. Now the assessee can claim exemption up to rupees 40 lakhs because he has option, or he can claim exemption either the cost of new agricultural land or the amount of capital gain, whichever is less. I hope you have understood this section. Now the next exemption is section 54D. Section 54D is related to exemption on capital gain on compulsory acquisition of land and building forming part of industrial undertaking. That means you already have a land and building which is part of industrial undertaking, but that land and building is acquired by the government compulsorily. In that case, you can claim exemption under section 54D. And the conditions to claim exemption under section 54D are: the land and building should have been used for minimum 2 years. The land or building which is compulsorily acquired by the government should have been earlier used for minimum 2 years. Only then you can claim exemption under this section. Second most important thing is whether the agricultural land is short term or long term, an assessee can compulsorily claim exemption under this section. That means for land and building the cut-off holding period is 24 months. If the assessee has used this land and building for less or more than 24 months, that doesn't matter, but he can claim exemption in both the situations under section 54D. Next, to claim exemption, the assessee must purchase or construct new land or building within 3 years from the date of transfer. That means after compulsory acquisition of land and building, an assessee must purchase or must construct a new building within 3 years from the date of transfer. And the last condition is the cost of new land and building or capital gain, whichever is lower. The amount of exemption is the cost of new land and building or capital gain, whichever is less. It is same as the previous section. Next is exemption under section 54G. This exemption is related to transfer of asset in case of shifting of industrial undertaking from urban area to other urban area. That means if you are shifting all your assets from place A to place B in urban area, you can claim exemption under section 54G. But the conditions are: to claim exemption, the assessee must purchase new machinery, plant, building or land within a period of 1 year prior or 3 years after the date of transfer of industrial undertaking. When you are shifting your plant from area A to area B, let us take example that you are shifting your industrial undertaking in the year 2021. And the condition says that when you are shifting it from one place to other place, that is from place A to place B, you have to purchase all the machinery, plant, building took place be either 1 year prior of shifting or 3 years after transferring the old industrial undertaking. That means either you have to purchase it in year 2020 or you have to purchase it before 2024, that is to year 2024 you have to purchase a new plant, machinery and building in new industrial undertaking. Second is, the newly purchased assets should not be transferred for minimum 3 years from the date of purchase. Suppose you are purchasing your new machinery, plant, building in the year 2021, you should not transfer it or you should not sell it up to year 2024. After that you can sell it, doesn't matter, but at least for 3 years you should not transfer the new purchased assets to anybody. And next condition is amount invested in new undertaking or capital gain, whichever is less. So the exemption limit is amount invested in new undertaking, that cost or the capital gain which you have earned, whichever is less is exempted from the tax. And one important thing to note for the exemption under section 54G is you can claim exemption for transfer of asset for shifting industrial undertaking from one urban area to other urban area for short-term capital asset as well as for long-term capital asset. And the last section is section 54GB. This section is for transfer of long-term residential property and investment in equity shares in an eligible company to be used for purchase of plant and machinery within 1 year. And it is calculated as amount invested in new plant and machinery divided by net consideration into long-term capital gain. This section, this exemption section says that if you are transferring your residential property and you get a gain, you get a capital gain from transferring a residential house property, that capital gain can be claimed for exemption if you invest that money in equity shares of a company, of such a company which is involved in purchase of plant and machinery. But you have to make investment in equity shares of that company within 1 year. Only then you can claim exemption under section 54GB. And it is calculated as amount invested in new plant and machinery divided by net consideration into long-term capital gain. In previous classes, we have seen exemptions under section 54, exemption under section 54EC, exemption under section 54F. In today's class, we have seen some other important sections such as exemption under section 54GB, exemption under section 54G, exemption under section 54D, and exemption under section 54B. These are some important exemption sections related to capital gain. I request all of you to note down these points, and this is going to help you while solving the case study problems. Our first unit, which is combination of two vast units, one is capital gain, which is very lengthy unit, plus the income from other sources. In next class, we are going to complete capital gain. After that, we are going to solve some problems on income from other sources. I hope you have understood the exemption sections that are taught in today's class. When we solve problems practically, you will understand these sections better. But for now, you note down all the points that are given under each and every section. In next class, we will solve case study under capital gain, which including exemptions.